Ooh. Heard you coming. Hey guys, DMS here. Today I have for you this, the Pc38X. Let's check it out. This headphone is the hot thing everybody's talking about right now. This gaming headset, this collaboration between Drop and Sennheiser, and a follow-up to the absolutely fantastic Pc37X. So, does this thing live up to its predecessor, and is it worth getting now? Well, we're going to talk about all that in today's video. Now, real quick before I start this video, do me a favor, press the subscribe button down there. It only takes you a second, and it helps out the channel a lot. I greatly appreciate it. Thanks. Let's get into the video. Alright, Pc38X. Build-wise, they're very familiar. Build-wise, they're a lot like many other Sennheisers. Very similar to the Pc37X, though instead of these little slots, they actually have a grill on the side with yellow fabric behind them. It's nice that there is a dip in the middle of the padding on top so that you don't get as much of a hot spot there. These are actually extremely comfortable. The build is nothing super special, but it is a classic Sennheiser. They're relatively durable. My Pc37X has lasted forever, and I think these probably will last a pretty long time too. I've used them basically daily since I got them a few months ago, so they've already gotten a fair bit of use, and they're holding up just fine. They swivel, they extend. On one side, we have our audio input on the bottom, the microphone, which you can mute by flipping up, which is a great feature, and then on this side, there's a volume control, which at first you'd think and say, okay, a volume control on the side's kind of dumb. I can just turn up and down the volume on my computer or my amp, but in all honesty, it really is nice. I've gotten used to playing games, and when I'm talking to people, I'll turn it down a little bit. When I'm playing an intense part of a game, something like an Apex or something like that, Destiny, doesn't matter, I'll turn it up just a little bit, just get a little more immersion, and I found myself using this volume control a lot more often. Now that's mainly because you can power these on just about anything. So I'll plug them up to my computer, I'll leave the computer turned up a fair bit, and then I'll just turn this down and control the volume from here, because who wants to go and click in the start menu and turn the volume up and down? Not me. They don't really benefit much from an amp. If your computer has an extraordinarily uncommonly weak audio output, then maybe you could use an amp to get a little more juice out of them, but every computer I've tried them on has done just fine. Speaking of this cable, by the way, it's a pretty great little cable. I don't have any complaints about it. I like that the color coding of it matches the black and yellow on the headphones and on the microphone. It is very easy to tangle, but it's started to kind of wear in. I like the length of it. The only thing I could ever possibly wish that this headphone doesn't have is a zero latency or very low latency wireless, because this would be like the best gaming headset of all time if it was wireless. But that said, sound-wise, it might be the best gaming headset of all time, for a few points. The microphone is not incredible, but it's not bad. The noise rejection on it is pretty ding-dang decent. The clarity is fine. It's not very bassy. Things like mod mics, which actually they just sent me a mod mic, so I'll have a video on that in the near future. Things like mod mics are great and will outperform this a little bit in sound quality. But for a built-in microphone, this is more than adequate, and I think will either edge out or be on par with a lot of the competition. But frequency response, directional imaging, soundstage performance is where this is from another level. And then you put the comfort of a Sennheiser and this line on top of that. It allows you to just be connected to the game. This is not a headphone that is exceptionally detailed. I would say that you do have a detail advantage over traditional gaming headsets. Get those phones back. Heard you coming. I'm no stranger to gaming headsets. I've had a lot of things from Razer, I've had a lot of things in the Logitech G series, I've had Astros, the A40s, the A50s. I've had the SteelSeries headsets, all kinds of things. I've gamed with LCDs before, I've gamed with HT800s, 800Ss, all the different high-end headphones that come through, and next to the HT800S, this is probably the best thing on the market for gaming sound-wise. Now, granted, the 800S, I have my complaints about that. I find the treble peaks to be really annoying in certain games, and it doesn't have a microphone. And in those areas, I'd say this has an advantage. But the HT800S is known for its insane soundstage and imaging, and this stacks right up there with it. I mean, don't get me wrong, the staging on this is not as big as the 800S, but I can put this on and everything feels very natural. Directional imaging is so spot on that it almost feels unfair at times. I'll be playing games like with Josh or something, and we'll both, because we've been both testing this headset, we'll both hear somebody off in the distance going for a certain direction, and I'll be like, oh, you're using Pc38X today, because there's no other way that either of us would have heard that sound. They're just that good. Now, as far as separation is concerned and detail is concerned from music, these are not winning any awards for that. If you're looking for something for just listening to music, I would use the 560S, the 6XX, the Tiger 300R, which I had a video right before this one that came out. You should check that out if you're looking for a music headphone. This is not bad for music, don't get me wrong. You could still use this for music, and it's still going to be great. But the other dedicated music listening headphones certainly are going to outperform it. Just like this is going to outperform those for gaming. But with that said, I have used this for editing, I have used it for listening to music casually at my computer, for watching YouTube videos, for just doing general productivity things. And I don't mind it. The sound is not bad. The frequency response is fine. It's relatively neutral, a little bit warm leaning in some cases. There's some sort of a scoop happening at some point in the upper mid-range lower treble, but it's not bad. I would say that this is an improvement on the frequency response of the Pc37X, which interestingly enough, this comes with two sets of pads, these and a velour pad, and the velour pad has less bass, a bit more of a dip, and sounds a lot more like the original Pc37X. So sound-wise, I'm assuming most of what's changing is this back grille, the internal dampening, and a pad swap. But those changes are enough to make a big difference in the performance of this headphone, and I'm very, very happy to say that I highly recommend the Pc38X. I think it is a phenomenal headphone for gaming, if not one of the best that you can possibly buy for gaming. And I feel like if you're using any other gaming headset right now, you're putting yourself at a disadvantage. So, conclusion, Pc38X. Build is average, comfort is excellent, microphone is average. Sound quality and resolution, nothing special. It's not going to blow your mind for music, but frequency response is pretty good. For gaming, this is an absolute beast, and once again, gets a very high recommendation. And that's pretty much it, Pc38X. This is a really good year for audio. There's a lot of incredible headphones that have come out, a lot of really good amps. It's just a good time in general to be an audiophile or a hi-fi enthusiast. Anyway, short video, that's all I have for you guys today. If you liked this video, please leave a like down below, a comment letting me know what you want to see in the future. If you want to get active in the community, you can at forum.hifiguides.com, and as always, don't forget to stick around and subscribe for more videos like this in the future. Until the next one, guys. Peace.